Hello, hello, hello. Is this thing on? Testing, testing, one, two. Testing, testing, one, two. All right, looks like we have audio. So this show is a go. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream. Once again, live on Twitch. It's Saturday night. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream. Once again, you're tuned into another episode of Bose 831 Gaming live on Twitch. And tonight we're playing Farming Simulator 25. We're on the Riverbend Springs map, which is the one of the three base game maps for Farming Simulator 25. And again, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day, night, or whatever it is in your neck of the woods or in your part of the world. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream. And without much further ado, we're going to just jump right into it. As you can tell by if you're looking at the calendar, on day two now in the month of September, so we have been busy off camera. We've been continuing to work contracts, as you can also see based on that information. We're still kind of a little bit of a slow grind here, but our bank account balance is up to $505,258 right now. Still got a long way to go. Still got a lot of stuff we're working on. As we hop over here to the shop, you can see I have a plow in place. I have a stone picker in place, and you see I also have a planter and a big tractor here. With all this equipment that you see in the shop, you're probably going to ask, okay, Bose, what's going on here? What are we doing? Well, we finally reached a point now in the series and in the calendar year where we're ready and able to do what I discussed a few episodes back now, where we were going to transition field two from grass to barley so that we could support growing our own chicken feed. And so we're in the process of preparing field two for planting barley. I originally wanted to try to get all this knocked out on day one of September, but due to different things going on, we wasn't able to get everything done. So we're just now to the point where uh, um, we've plowed the field, we've picked stones from the field, and now we're at the point where we're ready to uh, plant. But as I'm sitting here talking about it now, I just realized that I did forget one step in the process, and we need to lime the field before we seed and plant. And it just hit me here as I'm talking out loud here as we walk through the steps in the process. And of course, there's a seeder in the shop on sale or a planter on sale shop, but we don't have enough money to purchase that one just yet. Let's see here. We need to go and put down some lime. So my options are for lime spreading. We don't need to spend a lot of big money. So we could probably get away with this coon. Uh, oh, a con. We'll call it con. That way we won't hopefully get flagged on YouTube for saying something out of line. Or do we want to just go ahead and do a breed owl, and that way we don't have to worry about the particulars, because let's see here. And these are the options that we have. That's lime. That one does lime. It's only doing one field, so we don't have to get that fancy with it. But typically, if I do this and then there's a particular combination I like to run with the smaller fertilizer and lime trailers, but I have to run it in tandem with the following trailer here. I'm trying to see here, calculate what the numbers would be, because this would cost me 32 plus another 60. So you're talking almost 50 grand when I could just lease a device outright. Wait a minute, how much capacity does that give me? Okay, so if I lease the Sopima trailer for an additional 32, that gives me 8,500 liters in addition to what the capacity is for the spreader that I'm looking at. So let me kind of do some math here. Where we go? Tanks. I still struggle with these menus, you know, from versus how they were in Farming Simulator 22. I struggle with them mightily. Okay, where are we at here? Oh, yield improvements. Okay, good God. All right, so the XSX 3200. Well, this has a capacity of 50. One of those was about 50 grand versus another 78. I could do a K105 for 45 and just be done with it in one motion. All right, yeah, we'll just do the K105 extension and just add an extension to it. And hopefully we won't run out too many times here. If not, where the refill spot is next to the field, so we'll just do that. All right, so first step, we need to go put some lime down on the field. So let's get our lease tractor here, the Valtra, and grab the lime spreader. All right, get hitched up. Then take a quick trip out the field too. And put some lime down. The main thing we want to get accomplished tonight, at least start now, is going ahead and getting the field 2 set up for growing barley and get the barley growing on cycle now that we reached that point in the year where we can go ahead and put the barley down. And that's essentially where we're at right now. Sure, while we're dipping past the main farm, I don't have any lime around that I need to get rid of. I don't believe I do, so we're just going to kind of run into a tree. Excuse me. I'm just going to go grab some lime from the lime station that's right next door to this field, so we don't have to go halfway across the map to grab lime and transport lime over to this field. We actually already have it readily available, so we just need to come over here and pick it up. And I actually don't know how much I may or may not need, so we're just going to fill the spreader to its maximum capacity. And that simply sets me back $4,500, and I'll go ahead and close the lid. And let's see how far this gets us. I haven't really used this spreader much in FS25, so I don't have any concepts of how this might work in FS25 versus how I work in FS22. We're going to hire an AI worker for this, and the bug that we've had since the last update continues to present itself, where the workers always default to doing the inside of the field versus doing the headlands first, no matter what you have instructed it to do. We've had another game update in between episodes, and also had a free content update. We the Farming Simulator has released additional information about the next expansion pack, or excuse me, the next content pack number 1, the season pass. It's the next at pack, and you can find any information about that on the Farming Simulator website. We had another game update or patch in between episodes. That's update, I believe it's 1.6. Let me double check. I think it was 1.6. Yeah. There's been some fact sheets released in relation to the next ed pack, and they also have released an update to the State of the Farm, the mini blog they've been doing on the Farming Simulator website. So definitely, if you have not already, you want to go to the Farming Simulator website, check that out. We also had our first free content update and to the game as well, with a few pieces of equipment that were released to the game free of charge. That's about it. But again, you can find out information about all these things on the Farming Simulator website. I don't really cover that stuff in full detail in the series. That's not per se what I'm doing here. And as always, I point you to a number of the big time YouTube content providers that can give you all the information on that, such as Mr. Silly P, DJ Goham, FS Club, Farmer Cop, so on and so forth. But those guys are the folks you want to go to for that. Okay. Also, Lonely Farm Guys, another good person to check out on YouTube, and they'll give more information about the game updates and Farming Simulator news, as well as mod reviews and other content. Alright, so we're doing okay on the lime, and like I said, I didn't know how much lime I needed to buy. It looks like we severely overshot for how much lime we needed to do this field, but I haven't really done much liming in Farming Simulator 25, and definitely not much liming with this particular piece of equipment that we're using here to do this job. So I didn't have any expectation for how much lime I would need to do this field. So we definitely overshot there. Although we still may come out all right once it's all said and done, but I think we'll still be over 50% full by the time we're done. But we'll see. But lime is kind of one of those products, depending on the spreader that you're using, you can go through it very quickly and run out very rapidly. So I'm not gonna kick myself on that one, because that's something that you don't know for sure. I mean, in most cases, your lime spreaders do go through the product quite quickly. All right. And when this is all said and done, I might not even be that far off, because as we continue to go here, we still got a lot of field to cover. So still could and potentially have a strong possibility of running out of lime before we finish the entire field. And so far, other than my initial complaint about the workers starting from the inside of the field and working their way outside and doing the headlands last, he seems to be doing okay. One of the complaints I've had with the game since its release is, at first it wasn't a complaint, but but like the in-game AI initially was, I would argue that it was greatly improved from what it was in Farming Simulator 22. But it, but now that we've had a couple of game updates, it's like some of the things with the in-game AI has changed, and it's starting to revert back to some of its previous behaviors, and in some cases even worse behaviors. And I don't know what's happening there, what's going on, why these things are happening. But I hope Giants does uh, get a chance to look at that and kind of sort out what's going on with why you're making the AI behave worse again. Excuse me. Because the Farm Simulator 25 first came out, the in-game AI, the AI Farm Simulator games have always had its fair share of issues, this was arguably um, AI, um, the best performing AI that we've had so far in Farming Simulator games, at least at the initial release of Farming Simulator 25. I mean, it clearly still had a lot of issues, but it was improved significantly over what um, was the default AI behavior in previous Farming Simulator games. But now it seems like we're getting since the last few game updates and patches and such, we've been getting some more inconsistencies to start to present themselves again. And I don't know what's going on with that, but I hope Giants continues to work on that and get some of that all sorted out. All right, and so now it looks like I'm trying to see where the worker's going to go next. He is going. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, there we go. All right, now, still just trying to follow along here with what the AI doing. I guess we could have been poking around and working on other things, but I've learned again based on the AI discussion that I was just referencing to. Uh, AI can't always be trusted to do what you expect it to do, so you still have to kind of, when you send AI off on certain tasks, you still have to kind of watch and monitor it closely to make sure that it doesn't go off on some random tangent. And all right, we got a couple of contracts that we could have had running in the background while we're doing this. So I'll just go ahead and dial those up real quick while the AI worker finishes up the liming of that field 2. And again, the contract stuff is still unfortunately just a grind, and I did work on, again, some stuff off camera, but I expected to get a whole lot more accomplished off camera, but again, another week where I was not able to, so, but we'll get there. Let's see, where is this contract at? This contract is on Farmland 64. '64 is in this area. So let's see if we go to if the game will figure that one out, not fuss about it. Looks like it will. And then we got another cultivating contract on 13. So let's do that one as well. And these aren't very lucrative contracts, but they could just be running in the background and we can make a little money while doing other things at the same time. So I'm just going to go ahead and fire those up. And this is on 21, I believe it was. I forgot already that 13. Yeah. Not the old man brain kicking in there. So set destination. Okay. What was that? 13 right there ought to do, yeah. All right, now line spreader looks like he believes himself finished. I can already see at least one missed spot right in front of me, so I'm gonna go ahead and touch that one up. I just gotta make sure from now on, whenever I send AI to do stuff, just to double check to make sure it was done completely right, because we did miss some spots here and there on this field. Okay, so I think we're done with the liming process now. So what we will go ahead and do, if we can, is unload our extra lime and just save it for a later time when we need it, so that we don't take a complete loss on our lime. But this really supports unloading of the lime. It does. All right, so we'll just kind of nose out right there, and we can go ahead and return the lime spreader back to the shop. And we're going to do our little fast travel bit to get our tractor back to the shop. And our workers have arrived on location, so let's go ahead and get them started. At least one of them has. So let's be here. We're going to go to place. Let's be here. Alright, again, like I said, we teleported our tractor back to the shop, and we can go ahead and get started on our seeding operation. We need to go ahead and drive our tractor back to the main farm and our leased seeders planter. can, I like to use seeders and planters that do both the seeding and planting and putting down fertilizer. So that'll save me some time, having to plant or seed as one operation and then put down fertilizer as an additional operation, and then put down fertilizer again as another additional operation, because your fertilization of the state of the field has two different stages. All right, we have arrived at the main farm, and we need to fill our seeder, and we're just going to buy that right from the shop on the farm. All right, let's do open cover. All right. Cover. First of all, let's see if we got any. Do we have any fertilizer in this? Let's see, we got solid fertilizer in here already, so we definitely want to go here and grab solid fertilizer out of the silo first. But your problem might be that the seeder will only take solid fertilizer and seeds in pallet form. Let's see. All right, we're just kind of taking it that way. Let's see if it'll take it this way. Okay, now you see it start filling. All right. That's about all. I'm not going to fight at the moment because I just need to get the job done, and we'll come back and look at that in the future as to why it's not filling from the silo. All right, so we do a closed cover, and we'll go ahead and bring seeder out to the field 2, and we're going to work on putting some barley down. And make sure we have the right seed type selected. We want barley, and we're going to go ahead and fire up the worker. We're ready to go. And again, the worker's going to the interior first. All right, so the worker's going to put down seed and fertilizer. So once this field is fully planted, it should also be at the first fertilization state. So we don't have to come around across this field with fertilizer one more time. And that's to get the maximum potential yield rate. And now I'm just going to hop around and just kind of check on everybody and everything to make sure everybody's busy. We do have another slot for another contract job that could be running in the background if you have anything that's interesting. Now we do have a stone picking job that could be running in the background, so we'll go ahead and run that. All right, they got the stone picker, and the stone picking is on farmland 61, set destination 61. If I can find it, where is 61? 61 is over here. All right, I apologize for my voice and my throat and everything. That's all that I have to keep clearing my throat tonight. I was doing fine earlier, and once again, as soon as I get on and go live and start talking, now all of a sudden everything wants to get all congested again. Wasn't experiencing any issues earlier, but now all of a sudden I am, and I apologize for that. I don't really know what's going on with me right now. So because of that, I'm going to talk a little less than I would normally do, because I don't know what's going on. I just want to save some of that here. I throw it a little extra rest, I should say. As I was saying, hadn't been experiencing any issues earlier, and all of a sudden I get on and go live, and then all of a sudden this comes up immediately. Just don't understand it. All right, but we're going to go ahead and activate an 8-hour for the stone picking contract. And we're going to fast travel one of my other tractors to the shop. Kind of assist with that process, because the stone picking contracts don't necessarily give you all the equipment you need, because you really need two pieces of equipment. One piece of equipment to pull and run the stone picker, and another one to run the trailer that you're going to unload. Otherwise, you got to do all these ridiculous trips back and forth. If you only have one machine, you got to do all these ridiculous trips back and forth. Even though the stone contracts don't make you necessarily have to drive to the quarry to unload your stones. Once you pick your stones, once you put the stones in the field, your contract is complete, and you don't have to follow through in the process of actually going and selling the stones. All right, and what track field was the stone picking on 61? And again, we talked about last episode. It's still a kind of annoying thing that the camera, when you pop over the map view, that the camera doesn't center on the player. And that was something that was working fine until the first, I think, until the last, next to the last update. I think it was update one. It was update 1.4 update 1.5. I think that was broken with the 1.5 update. It seems like every time there's been a game update, they'll fix some things, but they'll break some other stuff. Excuse me. All right. And I guess technically I could mute every time I need to clear my throat, but the problem is I'm afraid because as you guys know, if you've been running with me for a few episodes here, we've had a trend with a lot of audio issues. So I try not to mess with the audio uh, while I'm on live due to the past history of all the crazy audio problems that we've had. Uh, but I've still been trying to get used to this new headset that I have. And I don't want to be that negative about the manufacturer because I know I've had great experiences with them and their products up until this point. And I don't know if it's a combination of me or the product or whatever, but that's I'm running with the Stealth Turtle Beach Stealth 600s, and I know they have another higher tier headset or two, but I didn't want to put that much of an investment in this equipment until maybe later on when my channel grows a little bit, then I make more significant investments in equipment and different things for the stream. But right now, until you know, uh, the growth of my channel and justifies it, I'm just kind of going to stay at a pretty basic level until until things expand and the growth warrants an improvement in quality. Um, but all that being said, um, I just, I've had a various mix of audio issues here and there since I got the new headset and just trying to figure out if it's me or if it's the equipment or some combination of thereof. But, see, but that's kind of the gist of it right now. And also off camera, I guess can fill you in on some of the other things I've been doing. We've been doing a lot of lumberjacking, lawnmower work around the main farm. I still trying to trim as many trees as I can around the main farm to be uh, the primary source of wood for my sawmill, at least for right now. And like I said, that we have discussed many times in previous episodes, once that supply runs out, I will start manually planting some trees for the purposes of keeping the sawmill fed. I also did test on camera. We're going to replace this wood chips sawmill with another set of with another modded wood chip sawmill that produces lumber at a bit slightly faster rate, but still gives you the lumber, but also gives you wood chips. So still going to do that, but not yet because we still have a decent amount of wood still in the sawmill that needs to be processed out of the sawmill before I just go ahead and replace the sawmill entirely. Want to get as much production out of it as I can before we fully replace it. Excuse me. All right, so let's see where we're at here. All right, we got contracts going, planter, cedar. And one thing I need to be careful of here also after we finish, yeah, is I really got to keep an eye on this because that's been happening every time I've let the AI worker do the planting and seeding, is they always seem to miss some small spots on the field in different places. So I just need to make sure I visually go over the entire field and look and make sure there's no missed spots on the field, but it happens almost every time. So I just need to double check that as well before we move on to the next stage in the process. And really, at the next stage would be just letting the field just grow like how it's supposed to grow naturally now. Once we get it all, everything all planted down. But we just want to make sure that as we're planting, we don't miss any spots in the field as we're going through the planting process. All right. But other than that, that's where we're at right now. So that's all I got. If there's anything else that we can do here, we haven't taken a peek at the animals in a few days, so let's see what's going on with our animals. Straw slurry. All right, sheep, man. Sheep are doing okay. Could probably stand up to be fed. Yeah, everybody's okay. I just want to make sure our eggs are about to max out on slurry. So I'm getting close to the point where I'm going to need to go ahead and put down that mini biogas plant I was talking about, because that's once we put that down, that's going to really start to turn around some of the profits on the farm too, because we'll be able to turn some of this product that we're producing on the farm into additional profit. I put this building down, but I really don't know how much benefit I'm getting from it per se. This little water distributor mod, a water pump with distribution. I guess it's kind of making sure that my fermenting silo is topped off with water, but I can't really, I don't really have a way to measure what it's actually doing or if it's helping with the keeping the water filled in the fermenting silo. But I know it does distribute water to the fermenting silo. I just don't know how much and if it's sufficient to keep me from ever to having to manually come over here and put water in the silo. So I keep it around for now, although I'm not that able to really substantiate how much of a benefit I'm receiving from it being on the farm. In a not too distant future, and I don't think we've talked about this yet, is I'm also gonna put possibly put some greenhouses down on this farm as well. Yeah, but first we still got to remove and replace this shed. I don't think I talked about on the last episode, or maybe I did, but we've already removed all of the sheds on this farm that we could. The only building that we can't remove is this one here. But if it was possible to be deleted and removed, this building would definitely be removed as well. Yeah, I still don't understand why Giants didn't put a chicken coop in this building. It looks like that was the original intent of the design of this building, but for whatever reason, they didn't add that functionality to this building. That would have been really cool. They worked on putting these NPCs in the game, and they're cool, but after a certain point, they start to feel weird. And I wish there was a way that you could add or remove or turn them on and off from the maps. That would have been cool as well. It's nice that they're there for players that are, beginning their journey in the Farming Simulator series. It's really cool to have those interactive avatars to, kind of coax you along a little bit as you're learning the game. But for experienced players, that there should be options to turn those things on or off. All right, so it looks like one of our contracts is done. So let's go over here to our contracts, and the cultivating contract on 13 is done. So we'll go ahead and collect that one. All right, and we're up to 487 grand. I got to spend a little bit of money to make money, unfortunately. But unfortunately, our account balance is going backwards instead of up again, so that's not a great thing. All right, and we have an opportunity to unload our stone picker. All right, so the stone picker is unloaded. Yeah, I'm gonna have to mute when I do that some kind of way, because I know that doesn't sound good on the other side, I'm sure. All right. And we're just about wrapped up on our barley planting exercise. As the workers finally made his way around to the headlands. Let's take a peek at our contracts page to see if we have anything interesting popping up there. And like I said, we could play around with these harvesting contracts, but some of these take forever. Like the beans harvesting, that's really slow. The Obviously the root crops are really slow. You guys have seen me do that, at least show you some of that, but those are extremely slow. There are equipment we could buy to speed that up a bit, but they're very expensive pieces of equipment, and we just don't have our farm operation doesn't have enough money yet to invest in that equipment. And right now, where we're at is just waiting on getting these contracts done and finishing up on our planting of the barley on field 2. I need to go ahead and take a little screenshot right here. Now we got a little misread here. Now I see there's a weird spot like this spot right here, like what's going on right here. Right there in that area. Alright, since the worker has completed their task. I'm going to see if I run over that spot again, if it gives me anything different. It does, so that clearly is some kind of missed spot. So we're going to see any other weird stuff like that over on the field before we leave this destination. Well, it doesn't look like I see anything else. Let's see. If we go out to filter views and look at our growth filter. And it looks like we have our the barley's growing on the first growth state. Oh, it's saying needs. I was about to say that shit. It better not be need line. It's showing needs rolling. Okay, yeah. And this is my first crop, so it's been a while since I've been through the whole crop cycle. And after we plant, we're supposed to roll. So I gotta come through with a crop roller. We're just going to go ahead and unload the seeder with the seeds and fertilizer. And we no longer need the seeder. But we still want to use the tractor for a little bit at least. We're going to fast travel, get back to the shop. And we're going to this time lease a roller. The category rollers, and these are the different rollers that we have available. And we got a big horsepower tractor, so we can actually run a pretty large roller. So we'll see what the biggest ones we don't need a 24, 27, 24. 9.5. We'll just run at least this 12.3. That'll be fine. While we're here, let's go ahead and return some of the lease equipment that we have here. We return the seeder planter. We can return the stone picker. Return the plow. Still using the Valtra S286. And we're about to use the roller here momentarily. Alright, so we have our roller, and we're just going to take the roller over to field 2 and get the rolling process started. And that should clear the phone needs rolling indicator that we're seeing on the filters now. All right, so let's take a look at the filters while that's happening in real time to make sure that that equipment and that process that we're doing is meeting the requirements. What is considered a field being rolled. All right, looks good, and it's bumping us right up to the second fertilizer state as well. So that's a added bonus that I didn't anticipate coming. All right, that looks good. Let's roll back over to our contracts. Our cultivating contract on farmland 64 has been completed, so we can go ahead and collect on that. We can get paid $1,951 for that, so we hit collect. And we still have our ongoing stone picking contract. It's getting close to completion though, so we should be about to wrap that one up soon too. Oh yeah, it's on 97%. It's gonna finish any second. So we probably won't even have to move another load. Well, maybe we will, because this contract is 98%. The picker itself is 97% full. Now let's see which one hits first. All right, and they happen simultaneously. The worker has full tank, contract finished, right on cue, perfection. Until our tractor will return back home. All right, and that's gonna drive our tractor home. And meanwhile, we got a rolling going on. What else we got here that we can get into? As I sawmill kicked out another pallet yet? No, not yet. So we're kind of in a bit of a holding pattern at the moment. Wish to be. All right, let's see here what we got going on. Sawmill still has 72% full of wood in it, and so before I replace the sawmill, I need to use as much as that 72% of wood that's in there before I replace my sawmill with with a different sawmill. All right, let's do a quick scan of the map and see what we got going on here. AI worker is still rolling on the field too, so we got that going. What else we got here that we can take a gander on? Let's look at our active contracts to see if we had anything new pop up. And awesome, we got something that we can work with, a cultivating contract on 59. We'll go ahead and borrow equipment for that. And that keeps us finding some stuff to have a little bit more income coming in until we can get some more income producing activities going on the main farm. All right, so we got that one, and that was on field 86, right? 59. All right, so let's get this set up and set destination for 59. And where is 59 on the map? All right. Oh, goodness. Okay, so that's cool. It's like right up the road. So we should be able to put you in right there. Right up the road from the shop. That should be a quick trip. All right, our cultivator has arrived on field 59. And we go ahead and hire our contract worker on that field. And while that's going on, let's kind of scan to see if we have any other. No, 1206. But at least we lose 779, so that ain't nowhere near worth it. Let's see. Nope, 1995, 779 for the lease. Nope, plowing. Nope. Oh, spraying. Nope. Weeding, wood transport. But take too much time. All right, so contracts right now. So we're just watching these two guys do their thing until we have another moment for something else to come up for us to do. And have we? Oh, we finally had some pallets come in, so that's good. So we have a long flanks pallet. And we're just about loaded up here and ready for delivery. Kind of fine tune the placement there a little bit. Okay, no. Oh, and a wood beam pallet. And in there. All right, let's see what our special projects are demanding right now. We go to the playground, visit. All right, and you can kind of see where our progress is at as well. I hadn't taken a look at that in a bit. You can see it's coming along nicely. But if we look at what we need, it's now asking for 10,000 long planks and 12,000 wood beam. Toy tractor is built and we're waiting to be sold. In storage, we have 353 long planks and 134 planks. Now let's look at our other project, the grain mill museum. And over here, we're looking at, we visit there, excuse me, the grain elevator museum project is actually what it's officially called. And over there, it's requiring only 4,000 wood beam and 1,000 long planks. I guess since we already got a mini load, we'll go ahead and drop that off. That'll give us something to do. So we'll turn that around. We're almost tipped over. And we'll go send that worker over to the playground hall. And what we'll do this way, set destination, is to focus on working and providing supplies for the playground and the grain elevated museum. And then every month, then once those demands are met as far as the supplies for the special projects, then we'll come back and provide any surplus material to the toy tractor project. And that way, we'll still keep those major capital projects moving along first, and then any extra pallets can go towards toy tractor project. I think that's more logical. All right, looks like we're finished rolling. Let's see if such is the case. Let's look at the field and see what the filters are saying. All right, so we go back over to field 2. Growth is growing. All right, fertilized. So there's no needs rolling. Got the whole thing. It's field's already in the second fertilizing state. Grass field is until that's the first state or the second state. I think that's the second state though. But we'll test it just to make sure. All right, so we don't need the roller anymore, so we can go ahead and turn the roller back. Turn that. And we may be done with the Valtra. I just want to make sure before I return it that we don't have any other things that we can do with it. Eventually we're going to have enough money to buy our own big tractor, but right now we have to lease a big tractor until we get around to owning one. I did want to test real quick to make sure that our grass is on the correct fertilization state. So let me just grab a little, hop into our sprayer and then grab a little fertilizer to make sure such is the case. Excuse me. And this will be a quick test here. And first let's unfold our sprayer, fertilizer sprayer. And you know, even though you can just go ahead and turn it on and just run a few feet here, and that'll let us know real quick what's happening. Turn it off. And let's look at the filters and let's see if there's a change. And there's a definite change. Oh yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and hire the worker on that and let him finish wrapping that one up. Okay, that's one I kind of missed. Okay. I think we talked about this before. We did cover this on the last episode. Normally, the normal process with grass would be to roll after you harvested. just like we do with the crops. Uh, but the thing is, when you do that, it sets the grass growth back one state. And in this case, we don't want to set the grass back another growth state, because if we let it grow as is, we can get up to 5 harvests in 1 year. So we don't want to do anything that would negatively impact the current growth state. So instead of using the roller to get the next fertilizing state for the grass, we actually have to use solid and liquid fertilizer on the grass field, which is not what you would normally do for grass. Yeah, so we actually got something I didn't expect to be doing here on tonight as well. But I should have anticipated, but I really didn't think about it, because I was so focused on getting as much done off camera as I could that I totally kind of forgot that we still needed to spray the grass field after the harvest in order to get the grass to the next fertilization state. But again, we didn't let the calendar advance outside of September, so we're still good in that we got all these things done while we're still in September. All right, and our worker has arrived on site here at the first playground project site. So let's go ahead and wheel on up the hill here a little bit. And we know neither one of the special projects are asking for planks, so we don't have to worry about cannibalizing our planks. Both of the capital projects are demanding long planks or wood beams, so no issues there. And this one wants 12 and 10, so still focus on feeding this one first, because this is where we started. And then our next priority will be the grain elevator project. The playground comes first. And we're going to work both all of these projects simultaneously. Okay, I can't see. these planks, they can just go right to the toy tractor process manufacturing. Because no project is asking for these outside of that project right now. Alright, so we're done here. We can go ahead and send our guy back to the main farm. You gotta watch that turn there. Alright, so let's just automatically send that one back to the main farm. I don't feel like driving it, so we'll have an AI worker send us their set destination, even though it's not that far off, but we'll just send you here. Alright, and do the sprayed. And now let's go take a look at it. And that's 3, 4, and 5. Oh, we missed a spot. All right, so fields 3, 4, and 5 have been fertilized and are now officially in the second fertilization state. And we can go ahead and unload the sprayer. We'll just park the tractor for now until we need it again. Actually, that we do. Unbox it from between the sprayer apparatus. So let's go ahead and drop those off just in case I don't need them and still want to pull and use this tractor for a certain specific task. I just realized, just looking at the fuel levels here, that we haven't been paying attention to whether our vehicles need gas or maintenance or anything. All right, we've completed maintenance on deer. Let's take a look at some of our other equipment around the farm to see where everything else is at as far as the maintenance is concerned. Oh, I want to crash. All right. Ultra's lease. That's contract lease. Haven't really used the semi much, but our telehandler definitely use a refuel, so let's go get that done. And we'll tighten up on the maintenance a little bit too, because it's not in a total state of disrepair right now, so that's a good thing. But we'll still go ahead and tweak it while we're over here. And we'll just repair, and repair. Yeah. Turn that off. All right, and the fence in good shape. So that's everything primarily that we're utilizing right now. Let's go ahead and complete these contracts. Let's see here and see what else pops up. That's complete. And go back to active, and we add another one, cultivating deal pop up. We'll borrow that machinery. This one's on Farmland 89. That's our next target. Set destination. 89 puts us over here. So set that destination in the computer, and he'll be on his way momentarily. All right, let's check the contracts. Well, what else we might have out there? All right, we don't have much in contracts right now, so let's just one contract. Okay, Bill has the contract this time, and Bill is on his way. He's almost at the destination. Yep, there we are. Now we're going to have to hire another worker to actually do the work. And unfortunately, well, it wasn't a total contracts episode, but we're still working contracts. We did get our main goal accomplished tonight on getting field 2 planted, and we have our barley grow plant. We got barley planted on field 2. Got the barley growing on field 2. We also finished up um, putting fertilizer down on fields 3, 4, and 5 for our grass to grow. Although it will grow anyway, but we want to get as best yield as possible, and that's why we wanted to go ahead and fertilize the field, the grass field, so they can move from for the first fertilization state to the second fertilization state. And then other than that, we're just again working contracts, trying to get our bank account up. We've sold uh, materials from our sawmill to our playground special project, and we'll continue to provide supplies to that project as well as the grain elevator museum project. All right, and each hour on hour, we kind of want to circle back to the contracts to see if you have anything interesting come up, because they like update every hour. And but there's not that much left out there right now. So once this guy finishes, we'll probably go ahead and move on to the next day. Let's see. All right. We are coming up on the end of tonight's episode, or at least close to it. As you see, as I'm kind of fading out here as well. All right. Let's see. Let's go ahead and do a couple of quick things here before we wrap up tonight. Would this be faster just to do from a trailer? I think it would. Oh, yeah. Can't really do anything else with that lime right now. Yeah, so now we're coming up at the end of tonight's episode. Let's go ahead and do a quick wrap up, and we'll kind of also speak to what we're going to continue to do off camera. We're going to continue to work contracts, build our account balance up. Once we get enough money in the bank, we may go ahead and work on getting the mini biogas plant work placed. I'm trying to save that for the next episode in the series, as well as placing the new wood chip sawmill, but we'll have to see how those things work out. But mostly we'll work on getting our bank account balance back up to $1 million again, so we could just spend it all once again. Continuing on the wrap up, you've been tuned into another episode of Bose 31 Gaming live on Twitch. This is our Farming Simulator 25 series. We're on the Riverbend Springs map, which is one of the 3 base game maps on Farming Simulator 25. I'm Bose 31 Gaming on most of your major social media platforms: Twitch, Twitter, or X, or Instagram, YouTube, so on and so forth. Regardless of where you're running across my content, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you love. Let me know what you don't. But either way, let me know. That's the only way I can get better and provide the content that you want to see is with your feedback. Episodes of my Twitch live stream series are uploaded to my YouTube channel, typically in their entirety. If that's where you're running across my content, the same thing applies there. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And I think that's about it, right? Oh, we got to go another nice little cultivating biddy one in there. So let's go ahead and pick that one up. So that's it. And that one is from 7. So we set that one on its way. So there's 7. And that's the next door neighbor to our main farm. Where can we come in? Looks like we're at about there. So we want to come in right about here, looks like. Boom. All right. Again, that's going to just about wrap it up. Sorry for a little bit being rough around the edges tonight. But we got it. We got through it. Alright, that's going to just about do it. Again, you can tune into another episode of Bose 31 Gaming live on Twitch. On 25 Riverbend Springs, man. And we are out of here. Like I always say, if you're not having fun doing what you do, then what are you doing? Bose 31 Gaming live on Twitch, and I will catch you on the flip side. Have a good night.